Welcome to the Hard Questions, Real Answers podcast. Today, I am here again with special guest, author of Canoeing the Mountains, Tod Bolsinger. Tod, in your book, you talk about sabotage. Sabotage, let's just face it, it is a sad reality of life, and it's a sad reality of leadership. How should a person respond to sabotage in their relationships and as a leader?
Well, one of the hardest things for leaders to understand is that sabotage is normal. It's natural. It shows up. Moses faced sabotage right after the people of the Hebrews were rescued, right after the Red Sea, the biggest miracle in all of human history until the resurrection. 6 weeks later, they were saying, we'd like to go back. They might have killed our children, but at least we had leeks and onions for lunch. I mean, people want what is familiar. They want what is familiar so badly that they will then sabotage. So I always say, remember, sabotage is not the bad things that evil people do. It is the human things that anxious people do. And so when we recognize that sabotage is about people's fear and anxiety, we can step in as a leader in a way that cares for them and gives them confidence as we move them forward.
So some leaders, they view that, their way or the highway. They feel like it's best to go rogue, to go maverick. They're lone wolves. But I don't know if you can see that model of leadership in the Bible necessarily. So how do relationships fit into healthy leadership, especially as we do navigate these everyday sabotages?
Well, I'd even go further. I don't think there is any such thing as a lone wolf that's a leader. Leaders are actually leading a pack of people, right? So as soon as you go rogue, go lone, you do stuff your own way, you might be a prophet. You might be used by God to speak a hard truth, but you're not leading. Leadership comes alongside people and takes them where they need to go, even in spite of their own resistance. And so leadership has to be deeply relational, both in the relationships that you have with the people that you're leading, but also even more profoundly, the relationships you need to develop as a leader.
I heard one leadership coach tell me, leadership is about leading people. Management is something about you manage things. How do you differentiate the difference between leadership and management?
So I think of management as stewardship. It is taking care of whatever is entrusted to your care, and that includes people. To me, I used to say that when I was a pastor, I always wanted a youth leader, but in my heart, I wanted a youth manager. You took 10 kids to camp, you need to bring 10 kids home. 90% is not an A, right? So anything that you are entrusted with and you care for faithfully, you are a good manager, a good steward. Leadership is where you care for people, what is entrusted to your care, and you've got to take them through a transformation. That leadership requires transformation, because leadership requires that you take people where they need to go and want to go, and often at the same time resist going. And that's why leadership is such a challenge.
That's a great answer. And transformation is what we're going to talk about in our next episode. Be sure you guys check it out. Thank you for listening to the Hard Questions, Real Answers podcast. To learn more about our podcast, be sure you check out backtothebible.org. Also, if you enjoy our program, be sure to give us a rating and share us if you like us on your favorite podcasting app. Remember, ask the hard questions and only accept real answers.